Welcome back to another episode of Hockey Actually, everyone. We're on episode 11 now. I'm Izzy. This is Nicolleta. And we've got lots to talk about today from all three of the teams that we mainly talk about. So let's just dive into it. Tuesday, which will be 2 days from now, we officially got our first look at PWHL Vancouver's jerseys for their inaugural season. Woohoo!
Yay.
The jerseys are, as the team describes them, Pacific blue and white with earthy bronze as
That
the
is
kind of,
pretty.
yeah, earthy bronze is kind of the contrast color, I guess. I'm not sure how to describe it, but we saw them. I'm gonna try to maybe Photoshop a photo of the jersey here
Yeah.
on the episode, but yeah, so we got our first look at those. We heard from some of the players, heard from some management on, why they chose these jerseys, why they chose these colors, but a lot of people seem to be divided on the inclusion of the bronze in this. And I'm going to be honest, I kind of am too. But what are your thoughts on the jerseys for PWHL Vancouver's inaugural season?
Um, I think I was also skeptical about the bronze.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that really fits in. It just kind of seems like a bit abrupt. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like the design of the jersey itself, but I think had they gone with a different color, maybe like a different shade of green,
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been ideal. Maybe like a sage or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of like because we had discussed at some point that you could potentially wear like a Canucks jersey to a PWHL game or a PWHL jersey to a Canucks game and still like fit in with the crowd. And I liked that idea, but then I also see from like a standpoint of you want to differentiate yourself from
Mm-hmm.
the men's hockey league.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I feel like if anything, the bronze is maybe going to be like a 1 year thing, like now, because this is their inaugural season, right? To kind of carve their own identity, stand out in this first season for them. And then maybe after that, they go with more green, right? To kind of work their way into the whole Vancouver hockey color scheme of blue and green. Um, I do agree. I really like the diagonal Vancouver across the chest. I feel like it's very kind of gives me retro vibes. It reminds me of like the New York
Yeah.
Rangers jerseys. I do like that. I am also intrigued about the bronze. I like the story they spun around using bronze as the color, but I wonder if maybe a different color would have been more optimal for that usage. Like I could even see like you said sage or like a dark blue to kind of make it look a little more
It just seems like a
ocean.
very random color.
Yeah.
Like even I feel like even like a silver would have been nice.
Silver
Like,
would be neat. Silver
yeah,
would
like
look really cool.
yeah, if you were gonna go with like one of the metals, like why not lean into like that silver kind of
Yeah.
to tie in? But again, I am not the designer, so that was their decision, and I mean, I, the vast majority of people seem to like the design, but again, the bronze is
Mhm.
an interesting choice.
I also kind of wonder, like, and I'm sure people have thought about this already, but if they picked bronze because it has to do with the team name, which would make a lot of sense given like if they put bronze, but then I also don't know what
What the team
name
can be.
would equate with bronze. Yeah, exactly. Like
Like, are we bringing the Grizzlies back? Like, what's going on?
at that point, right? That
Yeah.
see, because that's what my thought is like, oh, like, maybe there's this little, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. But we have jerseys now. PWHL Seattle also released theirs, and theirs are kind of more on the green bluish scale.
I
I
love theirs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm such a
those are
big
hey,
fan
hey,
of
hey,
this.
hey, those are our rivals. I don't know if we're I don't know if we want to say that.
No. I like the jerseys. I don't like the team. I like the jersey as a color scheme there. That's
No,
my
I
yeah.
completely agree. Those ones are really clean. I really like those ones.
I
But
think had Vancouver not gone with the bronze, I would feel the same way.
But then I also wonder if they had opted with a different color instead of bronze, maybe they look too similar to one another, like Seattle and Vancouver. But then,
Oh,
like,
but it's more green based versus ours is blue
yeah,
based.
exactly. So it's like realistically, the only thing that would look similar is like it's offsetting tones, right? Like green and blue versus blue and green. But
Yeah.
you know,
I guess, sorry, I'm like looking at the contrast between the two of them. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know.
Who's to
Part,
say?
yeah, part of me still feels like there's a reason they picked bronze. Like there's this
Must be.
thing, yeah, it has to do with something. But I mean, I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. We know for sure that players and management confirmed that we will have a name and logo before the season opener on November 21st. So we have that to look forward to. When that is, we have no idea, but it's sometime within that time frame. So,
I'm surprised they didn't announce it kind of like all together.
no, I agree.
Yeah, like why would you announce the name after the jersey?
hmm
Because you know that like it can't be something, I don't know. Anyways,
One one of our fellow writers on the Hockey News Women's site had kind of put out an opinions piece today, I believe, on why this could be the case, and pretty much just said that it has to do with money, right? They know they can make money off of it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
I wouldn't be either.
Yeah.
It sucks, but I think that that's the reality of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Inaugural team, people want the inaugural season stuff and then the stuff that comes after it, like, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fine. Well, it's just one season, guys. We can live through it.
Exactly, right? And who knows, right?
Maybe we'll end up loving the jerseys.
Yeah. You know what? To be fair, like seeing a jersey regularly versus seeing it on the ice can be a completely different thing, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah.
I'm trying to see. I think the away one I'm more fond of.
Yeah.
I think I think it's the harsh blue with like the random band of bronze that really
Yeah.
bothers me.
hmm
But like the creme with the little hints of blue and bronze kind of doesn't bug me as much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I personally tend to like away jerseys more because of the white. I like white jerseys. I don't know what it is.
They're
I like
clean.
seeing, yeah, like I like seeing the little bit of color contrast on like the sides or stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It
It's
is what
okay.
it
We'll see
is.
what happens. Who knows?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe it has to do with the name, maybe it has to do with the logo, maybe it's something else.
Maybe it's money.
Maybe it is
Maybe
money.
it's money.
It probably is, but
Yeah.
that's okay. Um, Speaking of PWHL Vancouver, we had jerseys released on Tuesday, and a couple days before that, we had a whole coaching staff. Other than, of course, we knew head coach Brian Adelsky and we knew about the general manager, Kara Gardner-Mori. But a couple of days prior to the jersey releases, we had a whole list of staff announced. So we can go through all of those names right now. For starters, we have our two assistant coaches, BJ Adams and Brendan Knight. Adams spent 8 seasons with the Erie Otters of the OHL, and 2 of these were spent as the head coach. Most recently, he acted as the GM and head coach of the Allen Americans of the ECHL. So he's got kind of experience from both management and head coaching standpoint, which is neat. Uh, most of his experience, I believe, is in men's hockey, as opposed to, say, Adelsky is more women's and Knights is in women's as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that perspective kind of meshes with the other two. Knight has 17 years of experience in the NCAA with women's hockey, 6 with Hamilton College, all as the head coach, and then 10 with Syracuse University. He spent 3 of those as associate head coach and 7 as the assistant. And then we have Kathy Pippi, who is the senior advisor to the GM. She was a special advisor for the Ottawa Charge during the first two seasons of the PWHL, but is now with Vancouver. And she is also the vice president of girls hockey operations at Premier Ice Prospects and senior advisor to the Pittsburgh Penguins elite girls hockey program. We also have Shannon McCauley, head strength and conditioning coach, who was formerly in the same role with the Minnesota Frost. She has also spent time as the strength and conditioning coach with the Canada women's national team pretty much since 2017. And then we also have Joey Ali as goaltending coach, Andrew Boucher as video coach, Megan Stalker as team services and hockey ops manager, Sierra San Roman as the hockey ops manager, Lydia Maxwell as the head athletic trainer, SJ Sangira as the assistant athletic trainer, Gordon Hamilton as the head equipment manager, and Martina Landstad as the assistant equipment manager. So that is a lot of names to look out for. PWHL Vancouver. I know, just like boom, boom.
Yeah, but from what I'm gathering from what you said, PWHL Vancouver is not only stacked in their roster, but also in their coaching staff.
Literally, yeah, right? I mean,
yeah. It seems like a lot of people have faith in the team, like to come from, you mentioned like two names coming from like the Ottawa.
Yeah. Macaulay, the strength and conditioning coach, was with the Frost, and then Pippi was with the Ottawa Charge. So to have two members of management come here from other teams, especially with
Minnesota Frost.
Yeah, the two-time champion.
Strength and conditioning coach. That's really important, actually.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially when you consider heading into the playoffs, you're gonna need a good strength and conditioning coach to help make sure your players are ready for those extra games, right?
Yeah. So looks like we lucked out.
Looks like a lot of names, but
yeah. But shall we? That's pretty much all we have for PWHL Vancouver right now.
Yeah,
for now. More than we've had previously.
Yeah, and honestly, like season's still not on yet, so the fact that we've already had a whole lot of stuff, it's always a good thing to talk about.
Exactly.
Of course, things are going to pick up a lot more once training camps open on November 7th, so in a couple weeks from now. So we'll probably have a lot more to discuss from there, and then once the season starts, a lot more from there. But yeah, that's what we've got so far. Let's move on to Vancouver. This was a request put in by Canucks site editor Adam Kirstenblatt. He wanted me to talk about this. So Vancouver on Friday against the Chicago Blackhawks actually established a new win record in franchise and kind of NHL history. Their 3-2 shootout win on Friday marks their 11th straight win against the Chicago Blackhawks, with this streak having started on January 31st, 2022. What? So, yeah, right? So they have not lost a game against the Blackhawks since then. Their next
3 years.
Yeah. So their next game is on the 5th. We'll see how that goes. But this particular record is tied for the longest win streak against a specific opponent in franchise history. The other ones they had were against Toronto in 2006 to 2013. And then against San Jose in 2020 to 2023. San Jose is going to get beat up a lot in this little stat that I'm talking about here. So apologies to Sharks fans. This 11-game win streak against the Blackhawks is actually the 4th longest active win streak in the NHL against a particular opponent. So Nashville leads this with 14 wins against the Sharks. And then Florida and Colorado are each tied with 12 wins against the Sharks. But that's not all. This is also a new franchise record for Vancouver because this is now 7 straight road wins they have against Chicago, which previously they had 2 different 6-game win streaks against opponents. They had one against Chicago from 2020 to 2023, and you guessed it, the Sharks from 2013 to 2016. So, good for Vancouver with that with that little win streak. Not so great for San Jose, who just cannot help getting beaten up on, apparently.
I feel so bad for San Jose Shark fans. I
Right?
feel bad for the team. I feel bad for the coach. Like,
Did you see that clip that
I,
he said? Like, I know he apologized for it after, but that is a crazy thing to say in an interview. Like,
that was nuts. Just so that people, in case you haven't heard of it, he essentially said I would give up one of my kids for a win. Yeah, that
yeah,
was the
in
gist.
it in an actual like an NHL media
Yeah,
scrum. This is yeah. He did
which
apologize for it after because he was hopefully joking, but
I mean, that's a lot of games to lose right off the get-go. It's 5 games.
have they have they won yet, San Jose? I
I think
haven't.
so.
Here, let's
And Jose win. Have they won yet?
let's
Uh,
see. Have the Sharks won yet? Oh, they play not today or today, quote unquote today when the podcast drops against the Rangers.
they still haven't won yet. Oh my
Yeah, but
God.
they won during the preseason.
That doesn't count.
A win is a win for
Oh my
them.
God. That's tragic.
That's well, sorry,
That's
Sharks fans.
yeah.
I don't know if any Sharks fans actually listen to our podcast, but if you do, I'm
Yeah,
sorry that
I'm
you just caught
sorry.
an accidental stray. More than one stray, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, Vancouver fans don't have it much easier now with all the roster changes. Maybe
that
let's segue into that, shall we?
that is true. Where do we even start? I mean, I guess it all starts on Sunday morning, bright and early. Um,
Morning
for
games are fun.
starters, for that game, Brock Besser was announced out of the game due to personal reasons. And then during the game, during the first period, Filip Chytil was on the receiving end of a hit from Tom Wilson that eventually took him out of the game. He is now on the IR. Jonathan Lekermacki was also on the receiving end of a pretty like a hit that injured him out after the first period, also on the IR. And then, of course, Teddy Bluger missed the final 6 minutes of that game and was out for Tuesday's game against the Penguins. We don't know when he'll be back, but he's not on the IR, which is hopefully a promising sign. Um, Besser is expected to be back soon, maybe even as soon as tonight against the Predators. But we have yet to get a solid update on Chytil and Lekermacki. Did you see the hit on Sunday?
It was so unnecessary. And like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like every NHL player at this point is aware of Heedle's history. It is
That's
very
true.
challenging to not like people that don't know the team at all are like, man, like this guy, he's had like 6 or 7 concussions.
Yeah.
You know that he is very susceptible to head injuries. And this hit was A, unnecessary, B, like, why? Like, why would you do that to someone that you know is probably gonna have a massive repercussion because of it? Like, why? Just to get your team riled up? That's not sportsmanlike. I don't know. I was not impressed. Let's just say Tom Wilson went all the way down. Yeah, that's
And
my opinion.
especially if, like, of course, I mean, we don't know if what extent Washington knows about Vancouver's injury history, but Heedle left this, like, his season ended early last year due to yet another bad hit. And literally, like, it's kind of ironic that they faced the same opponent that actually injured him last year, the game before, but I mean, whatever. Um, I don't like, mm, it's it's a sore topic for Canucks fans, and all the
Like,
best to Heedle. The issue, I guess, now is for him especially, if he went into the off season. I remember he did a media availability at the end of the year where he was saying he's like he feels good, like he shook off his concussion symptoms and he felt ready to go. And he looked good to start the first, like the preseason and the first couple games for the Canucks. Like, I know a lot of people online were saying this guy looks like he can be a 2C, and then this happens, and it's like,
What are you gonna do?
yeah, exactly. Like, I think it was someone had said yesterday, like, it may honestly be time for him to consider like whether he wants to continue in the NHL or not, just because like at the end of the day, on and off the ice, like you're still human, you still have a life outside of hockey, and like you want to be able to enjoy that to the best of your ability. And that
Well, he's
like
pretty young too. Like
yeah,
he's
he's
only 26.
yeah, right? Like and to already have this many injuries and this
Yeah.
history with concussions, it's like when you're 30, say that you like say that you keep going and things keep happening. What's going to happen when you're 30, right? What's going to happen when you retire?
No, it's tragic that this has happened to him. Like it's truly just such bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
is
know.
such bad luck. And yes, hockey is important, but also life is important and
Exactly.
living is important.
Hmm.
So, as much as you may want to contribute to the team, sometimes it's best for like yourself to
Mm-hmm.
just kind of like in my opinion, I think at this point, because he's so susceptible to it and like you can't be protected. It's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough sport. You're gonna get beat up. And to constantly always be on the watch, like I think it might just be time to hang up the skates.
Yeah.
But you never know. Maybe he's gonna say, "Let me give it one more chance," and that'll be that. But yeah, tragic.
I guess we'll see. I mean, like I said, we have no update on Heedle. We don't know what the issue is. I'm sure many of us can assume what the issue is, but again, nothing's been confirmed yet. Um, but we got our first look at the Canucks without Heedle and Leckermeck and all these people in their lineup on Tuesday, and oh boy.
It
to
happened.
kind to kind of just summarize the roster moves that were made. Of course, Besser, Bluger, Heedle, and Leckermecki all missed yesterday's game. And don't forget, the one person that I keep consistently kind of forgetting about, no offense to him, is that they're still not playing with Forbert. Like, Forbert has not played in a while. So that's another injury. And then, of course, you have Hoglander. But, like,
If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut in regards to
that
Forbert
is so fair.
absence.
But, yeah, so yesterday we had pretty much the Sasson Bains Karlsson line ended up being the 2C.
Which is crazy.
I know.
Oh my God.
Says something about your depth. No shade to them at all because they play so well in the role that they are intended to play in.
No, they're doing great.
But
But that's not what you're meant to do.
for now, at least, right?
Yeah.
Like this line has been together for 3, 4 games at an NHL level. Let's ease them in. Of course, injuries makes that not possible, but we did see Nils Amon and Joe Labate came in yesterday. Didn't see a whole lot from them. Pierre-Olivier Joseph also came into the lineup. It's pretty much, honestly, I would say what you would expect from a lineup that is missing a lot of their key players.
That's like 5 or 6 players. That's almost half. That's a solid amount. That's a good chunk.
That is a very good chunk. Yeah, it's
And it's not even like the bottom half of your roster, it's like the top half of your
yeah.
roster.
Especially when you're missing 2 centers, when you're already very depleted at center as an organization.
Yeah.
Like to go without Chytil and Bluger. Now all of a sudden you have Pettersson, Sasson, Ratu, and Amon.
Yes. Mm,
At the start of the season, none of those three after that were actually Ratu played, but
not really.
yeah, exactly. Like not a whole lot. Like I guess
They're AHL players. At the end of the day, they were in the AHL last season and
yeah,
they're being thrown into a position that is nearly impossible to live up to.
at the start of a
At the
season
start of the season.
too.
Like you go from winning the Calder Cup and then the Canucks organization is like, okay, you guys did great. Now do that with the NHL.
Yeah. In top line minutes. Like
Top line, yeah, like completely different scenario. And it's so much to expect from them.
Mhm.
And I honestly feel as though they kind of have like a huge, like they're in the spotlight right now.
Oh yeah.
And it's not fair
And that
because,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, what
That's
were you gonna say?
well, I was gonna say, like, that's the thing is looking at yesterday's or Tuesday's minutes played, Ratu's line of him, Sherwood, and Evander Kane had the most 5-on-5 minutes of any other line, including Pettersson, which I do think has something to do with the faceoffs. Ratu is the only player who went above 50% wins on the faceoffs. But the fact that you do have your number one center still in the lineup, but you're not giving him the minutes that he should be taking here, especially when you're so depleted injury wise. It's a little puzzling. Of course, it is only 7 games in, but it's kind of one of those things that.
If you're gonna do it now. Why wait?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
So
guys.
that's Vancouver. One other move though that they did make that I was kind of interested about your opinion on is they sent Mancini down back to Abbotsford and then they called up Tom Villander. Just curious about what you think that might be because of.
Beats me, man.
Okay, I had an interesting theory, but
Okay.
I think it's me being an optimist and it's me ignoring other things.
Okay.
Their Calder Cup banner raising is on Friday, and he
Hmm.
has to play at least a game before he can be called back up after he's been sent down. So part of me was like, maybe they're being nice. And they're sending him down so he can watch the banner raising before he comes back up. But like the more I say it, the more I'm like,
I'm
why would
being
they do that?
delusional. Yeah.
Like especially when you're so like depleted injury wise right now. Of course, like on defense wise, they're technically okay right now. But
I'm sorry. Mancini was doing fantastic. He was doing great. Like, I don't understand. Like in my mind, I'm like, what? What are you doing? Um, but I guess I don't know. He seems to be getting along really well with all the new Abbey players.
mhm,
Like I've been following the media a little bit,
mhm.
or like their specific media, and it's like he seems to have integrated himself pretty well. So maybe they sent him down to kind of like reel in the crowd because Abbotsford went on a win streak at the beginning, and then they lost tragically to the Laval Rockets 2 games in a row. So I don't know if that maybe like hindered something. I don't know what happened there, but maybe it's kind of like a morale booster.
True,
I don't know.
true. I actually I saw those clips too. The one that sticks out to me is when he goes up to Vilmer Ulrichsen and he's like, "How tall are you?" And
And he
Ulrichsen's
goes,
like 6'7".
"Eh."
I do think it is nice to see though, especially with someone who's so new to the organization. Like he hasn't even been with the Canucks for a year. Like so
Yeah.
new and has already become such a big part of that locker room. Like from an Abbotsford standpoint, you look at it was him that was that tiny voice, right? Like back
Yeah, he
in their
was a
Calder
tiny
Cup
voice.
run. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like stuff like that where it's like this is a new player, but he's already endeared himself to both like their
Both the
AHL
locker room,
affiliate
yeah.
and then fans for the NHL. Like, right?
Yeah, like I know my dad absolutely adores him. He's like, yeah, Mancini's on the ice. I'm like, the fact that you know an AHL affiliate like man this well is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like he's made his mark and I hope for him that it continues to grow.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
I have high
yeah,
hopes for him in the future.
I do too. I just hope that they don't trade him away.
But speaking on some roster moves for Vancouver, Abbotsford actually made an interesting roster move. Was it today? Wednesday.
What's today?
Yeah, it
No,
was today.
it's today.
They signed another forward, probably to keep up with Vancouver taking all of theirs. Did you want to talk a bit about this new intriguing forward that is on Abbotsford?
Yeah, so they actually signed someone from the Laval Rockets, funny enough. And his name is Arnaud Durandeau. He is 26 and he has skated in 215 AHL regular season games
Hmm.
between Bridgeport, Utica, and Laval.
Hmm.
So, he's
He's
got
been
some
there.
experience. He's
Mhm.
been there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's totaled 132 points and get this, 116 penalty minutes
Oh,
since making his debut in 2019.
wow.
So he's also competed in six Calder Cup playoff games with Bridgeport in 2022. And he's about 6 feet, 194 pounds. He's a winger. Spent the entirety of last season with the KHL, where he recorded 8 points and 16 penalty minutes. So I guess what I'm getting at is that we've gotten someone who is a fighter.
Tough
Who,
customer.
yes, we lost Sammy Blaze and we've brought in Durandu.
And
I mean, it's
especially
to a
since,
PTO, but yeah.
yeah, especially since Joe LeBate is now with the Canucks. Abbotsford needs their tough guy, I guess.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I mean, from my standpoint, I don't see penalty minutes as a bad thing.
Hmm.
It's just if you're drawing them unnecessarily.
Yes. There are good penalty minutes and there are bad penalty minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Like when Mancini had that fight with oh, I can't remember who it was again.
Duhame, right? Brendan
Yeah.
Duhame,
Yeah.
Washington. Yeah, okay.
I was like, that was necessary. Those were good penalty minutes.
Hmm.
But maybe one of the taller fellas on the NHL Canucks team have been drawing some unnecessary penalty minutes. But
That's, I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
But one thing, speaking of the fight that I kind of I'm interested in maybe a good way, maybe a bad way, who knows, is the fact that Mancini had to do that. Like
I know.
nobody else.
Like, what?
Like I know when the hit first happened, Linus Karlsson was one of the first guys to go grab Tom Wilson out of the scrum, but after that, nothing other than Mancini. And Mancini didn't fight Wilson. But he did provide some quotes post game saying that he wanted to stand up for his teammate regardless of who it was that he was fighting. But the fact that you have like someone who I think Vancouver probably brought in for that role in Evander Kane, and
He's
where
not
is
doing
he when this
it.
happens, right? Like,
I yeah. And like Evander Kane was known for being pretty physical. Like he's a scary guy. Where are those scary guy points that you're supposed to be racking in, my guy? Like, where did you go?
exactly. Like, if any time, then that would have been like your time to shine.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
mean,
okay. We got an iconic moment from Mancini out of it,
yeah,
I guess. So,
no one's complaining there. No
yeah.
one's complaining. But that is the new signing. He is just a PTO signing, so it's not confirmed that he's going to be playing with Abbotsford. But he's going to be training, and then we'll see what happens.
See if the tough guy can crack a solid lineup or solid spot on Abbotsford's roster. Well, given that Abbotsford is raising their Calder Cup banner on Friday, why don't we take a little look back at their journey to the Calder Cup in the first place? Do you want to start us off?
Sure. Well, obviously they won, which is fantastic. Um, and I like, what can I even say about the entire experience? I was at quite a few games, at least one of each for each round, and just the atmosphere was crazy. So I'm excited to see what the Abbotsford people are gonna be able to pull out for this Friday home game. I think it's gonna be super exciting.
What would you say was your favorite game that you went to during the run?
Oh, what was my favorite game? It was the one where Karlsson did a little twirl on the ice after his goal. I can't remember what game that was,
I
but
was gonna
like
say, do you remember?
I just remember seeing him score, but then he just does this little twirl and there's the light projected on him, and it's the funniest
Okay,
thing ever.
he's like on his knees, right? And he's like, who? Or are
He's
we
doing
thinking?
like a little like he ends up on his buttocks.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I have no
That was
idea
my
what game
favorite
that was.
game. That was, I can't remember what game that was either. Wait. Karlsson spin Calder Cup playoffs. I love how it comes up.
Did it actually come up? What game?
That's so in game three of the 2025 Calder Cup finals, scored his 11th game. Yeah, wait a second.
Yeah,
No.
game three would
That's
have
when
been
he
back in
set the new HL record.
20.
I want to see the actual image itself. I can't
If it
even.
was game three,
I
that
feel like
makes
it's
sense.
later.
Later than game three of the finals?
Maybe not I can't remember.
That's okay. I know what you're
But
talking
I
about.
know in my mind it's so vivid and it just like keeps on playing
He
on
just
repeat.
keeps spinning in
He
your
just keeps spinning. Yeah, that was my favorite game.
Yeah.
Because that was such a cool goal first and foremost.
hmm
But you know what was also a really good game?
hmm
The um the last one, like the second to last game that they played.
Oh,
Where
like the when they went
unfortunately,
up 3-1. Yeah.
well, and then they lost.
But they won. They won at the end of the day. They won the whole thing.
They won
So
the whole thing. Yes. It would have been cool if they had won it at home.
yeah, and it was so close too, right? Like
It was
it
so
could
cool.
have been anyone's game at that point, but
Breeze ball. My guy.
it's okay. They won. They
They
won.
won. No, they won.
If they had not won everything, different story. But
Yeah.
um,
That would have been a pretty tragic ending if they
yeah.
didn't win. But yeah, that was a really fun game to be at, even though we lost.
hmm
Like,
Yeah.
because the crowd was riled. Like, you don't know what the outcome was, and everyone was just so excited. And then, honestly, like, when that happened, the entire stadium went silent.
Yeah.
Everyone in the stadium, except for maybe the other teams, like, there were like a couple people from the other team,
Mhm.
like in the stands, but genuinely, me and the person that I was with, we sat in the seat for like 5 minutes just staring at the
So,
ice, being like, damn.
so we just watched that.
Yeah, so that just happened, and we were right in front of them. So
Oh,
like saw this goal go in. Oh
this
yeah.
is going on in real time for you guys. You see the puck and you're like, oh.
I just remember seeing Breezewell and I can see his face just like it was tragic. It was a tragic moment, guys. But it was still a fun game to go to.
Aside from maybe the last minute of overtime.
The trauma,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? Because did you go to any? You
I
did,
was
right?
there, well, oh, I was there for maybe a game or two each round. And
Okay.
then I was there for all three of the finals because Adam was out of town. So haha, I got the press pass. But uh I was actually gonna pick game, was it four? Yeah, I think game four of the finals two. I think that was the game when Lekkerimäki had two goals. And like it was pretty much like 3-2, 3-1, 3-2 or something like that. That was gonna be my pick, but I do think I'm gonna have to go with the Western Conference final when they beat Dallas to go to the finals itself. Just because,
That was
I mean,
good.
like, they bring out the trophy, you see all the players celebrating and stuff, right? Like, it's one of those moments where it's like, you actually have a shot at doing this. Of course, you believe in yourself throughout the whole postseason, but now that you're officially in it, like, it's starting to feel more real, right? And
Yeah.
like the players that night, they like, you could tell they felt the same way. They're like, as
Like this
much
is
as yes,
yeah.
we're celebrating now, it's go time, right? Like we need to lock in,
Lock in
figure stuff
twin.
out.
Figure it
Yeah,
out.
lock in a win, exactly. And that's something Sasson was saying. He had joked, he was like, "Oh, this is the biggest moment of my career." But like,
Which, to be fair, it's a massive moment because
mhm.
it's a championship,
Yeah.
like not the highest level you can possibly achieve, but the second highest.
A championship is a championship, right? Yeah.
Either way, it's
Hmm.
fantastic.
Exactly.
So I don't blame him for saying that.
Exactly. I know. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, good for you. Everyone was just so happy after. And yeah,
And you were right. It was game four against Charlotte that Lekkerimäki scored twice
perfect.
for a 3-2 win. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm
he
on.
was the difference that game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, those are some neat moments. You can look back at some of the things that helped them win. I mean, for starters, like you had mentioned Karlsson doing his little spin. He was phenomenal during the postseason.
He broke
14
a
goals,
record.
12 assists, 24 games played. He did set a new record for goals scored in a single postseason by a Swedish player at the AHL level. I remember that because I had asked him about it that night that he broke the record, and he was like, "Oh, I haven't even thought about that." I was like, "Great, thank you."
To be fair, if I was in his position, I probably wouldn't.
I
That is
know,
such a very, very, very specific.
right? I know, and honestly, the only reason I knew about it was because Adam told me about it. So,
Well, even the like win streak thing that you mentioned earlier on in the episode, I didn't know that that was the thing, but they have a bunch of random stats in the
yep.
NHL and the
Once
AHL.
again, a courtesy of Adam.
Courtesy
Adam's a
Adam.
stat guy.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, but yeah, Karlsson was phenomenal.
Got the
Points
Calder
leader
Cup
for the
line.
team. Yep, Calder Cup line. Sasson
Yeah.
shots on net for like for all forwards or all players on the Abbotsford Canucks. Bains took a little bit for him to get hot, but once he did,
He was hot.
he was scorching.
Yeah.
Even players like Sammy Blay, who's not with the team anymore, but
I was just about to
really,
say, Philip Di Giuseppe.
yes.
I miss Phil.
He was on waivers at one point this season. Vancouver could have claimed him, but
Tragic. I was his number one fan. I love the I'm not gonna do it on screen, but the
the
yes.
yep,
Yep.
yep. After the finals, after they won.
After they won, like so fun. And the fact that they had that photo framed when they had that like
Yes.
celebration, I thought that was the funniest thing. I was like,
They
this team knows how to have fun.
they just after they won, they just did not give like
Nope, didn't care.
I just
And nor should
remember
they.
yeah, right? Like I just remembered like the celebration. Like I wasn't there, but seeing all this stuff on social media, like I think we've talked about this before, but Brisebois that night.
The Arthur she loves backwards. That was
Yes.
so funny. Oh
Uh,
my God.
just
Yeah, they were having a good time. You could tell that that team was like they had built a very good bond.
mhm.
And I think that was hopefully something that they can lean into going into this season as
Yeah.
well.
And it's tough because they did have a lot of key players kind of leave, and then some are with Vancouver now. So it's like, mm. But like when I think of the players who are probably going to be in the lineup on Friday, you've got Mancini, assumedly you've got Kudryavtsev.
Mueller.
Waters, Mueller, some of the other like depth forwards, depth defensemen. And then
Yeah,
other than that, it's pretty much it, right?
I think, yeah.
Because then Breezeball and Wu were injured, and then
Mm-hmm.
Sasson, Bains, Karlsson were all up with the big
Carla.
club.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Di Giuseppe and Blay are gone. So it's somewhat of a new look team, which is kind of
It seems yeah. I don't know how I feel about the fact that it's not there anymore, but
yeah. It's like
it's
the
okay.
magic. The magic is gone.
I
But
miss the arty party.
yeah, right. And literally yesterday, right? Like
Like, guys, what were you thinking? Anyways, no, I'm not. I'm happy that he's doing well.
I'm just surprised that he didn't get a shutout. I honestly thought he was going to get a shutout, just knowing what happens to the Canucks when they play a former player of theirs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But
Anyways,
it's good for him. Glad that he's doing well now.
yes,
Right.
I'm very happy for him. I'm not gonna lie.
But I think that's
Mhm.
everything. Should we wrap it up for this
Uh,
week? We'll wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
We'll see what next week brings. Probably going to be more Vancouver injuries at this point.
Yeah, more tragedy, but I hope not.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yep.
Optimism, people. Still
Maybe
early.
magically Hoagie will get better and he's gonna join.
Yeah,
Who's to
maybe
say?
maybe some random surgery just helps him get to
Yep.
100% right away. Or
Or maybe we sign someone. Maybe a center.
we make a massive trade.
God, I can't deal with another trade.
That's fair.
My
That is
mental
so fair.
capacity, I don't think I can do that.
That's fair.
But thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see y'all next week.
As always, before that, remember to comment if you have any topic suggestions for us. Leave us a message. You know what to do, right?
Yep.
But thanks again, everyone. See ya.